Today, my daughter Lyla requested to be in my video, and so she is my special guest, and I'm so thankful and happy that you are here today, Lyla. Thank you for being here. And today, I would like to talk about my part of my journey in this life as being a human. I have found that I appear to and feel that I have quite a great deal of spiritual fortitude. And when I first thought of that word fortitude, I was like, what is that word? And I went and looked it up, and it's like emotional and mental strength and bravery through adversity. And I was like, yeah, that's true. And so I would love to share what has been the number one biggest thing to contribute to my spiritual fortitude that I feel and that I live every day. Because I notice a lot of people don't seem to have this level of feeling well throughout anything that's happening and maintaining equilibrium through most of the day. So today we will be discussing self-love, and I would love to hear from Lyla before I hop into my spiel. Lyla, do you love yourself?
Yes.
And do you think it's important to love yourself?
Yes.
And why do you think it's important?
Because if you love yourself, you love everyone you know.
Thank you, Lyla.
And you store them in your heart.
Oh, that's sweet. I would say that self-love has been something that has come to me in my path through a few different sources, and it started out as a little seed in my heart, and it has grown into a big garden, and I feel an abundance of flowers and beautiful things in my garden of my heart. And I'll start from the beginning. So I didn't know what self-love was. I never thought of it. It wasn't in my mind. Like, it didn't seem like a thing to me until I was I happened to be pregnant with my first kiddo, Kai, but I didn't know I was pregnant at the time. And I went to a metaphysical fair, and I went to see a psychic man. He was an old man named Santai. And I went with a friend of mine. I was going to see him. I like set up you sign like a little piece of paper to sign up for a time slot, and then you wait in line if there's people ahead of you and you go. But my friend was along with me, and it was really cool and crazy. This guy was an actual real life psychic, like no one I've seen before or since, like fully connected and tapped in. And when I sat down to talk to him, he said to me, "I know you're here to see me, but I actually have a message for your friend." And so he talked to my friend for 45 minutes for free because it was just that important. She had just lost her love of her life in like Afghanistan in a war. And he was there. Like his spirit or essence or whatever was there to talk to her through him. It was a beautiful, phenomenal thing to see. And then I would also like to preface what I'm about to say with a disclaimer. So, I love my parents so much, and I feel like we choose our parents, and we choose them as even if we don't. I feel like it's a great thing to take responsibility for being in this world, and like just saying, okay, I chose you to learn with you or from you, or to experience the mirror of the expression that is you, or to to work through something that you give me, So anyways, I love my mom. I love my dad. I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. And this is nothing against you at all. I'm just going to tell you what happened. Okay, so as soon as Santai was done talking to my friend, he turned to me and he yelled at me, "Your dad is an asshole." I'm so sorry, Dad. That's actually what happened. I never told you about this. But I feel like this is just part of the story, and so I want to share. Okay, so then he went on to say how in my nurturing as a child, I was raised to kind of be down upon myself due to my upbringing with specifically mainly my dad. And it's just part of how it is, I feel like I'm very thankful for every aspect and part of my life. So I have no regrets, and I'm happy for everything that I've been given and everything that has brought me to this point right now. And I feel like I love my dad so much now. I always have, but I fully forgive him for anything that may have been asshole-ish. And so, yeah. Then he said that in order to release what I was storing from my dad, so that I don't carry it with me into my future and give it to my children, the best thing that I could do is to every morning wake up and go, before I even go to the bathroom, go straight to the mirror and look at myself in the mirror and say, "Hi, Sam, I love you." And so he said, do that every day, no matter what. And it may be hard at first and you may not believe it, but just keep doing it until you believe it. And then he said, go ahead and write letters of everything that you feel is sad or upsetting or anger, if you have anger about your childhood, or all the baggage that you feel, every heavy thing. Just write it all down in a letter and then fold it up, put it in an envelope, address it to your dad, and then burn it. And just do that as many times as you need to. And then the last thing he said to do was to go out into the wilderness, grab a few sticks, a whole pile of sticks, and then there's like a boulder, and beat the boulder until the boulder is your dad. And beat the boulder with the sticks until you're muddy or bloody or both. And like just get it all out. And you know what? I never actually did that exact one, but I did do like boxing a little bit, and I acted like the punching bag was my dad, and I did do that a little bit, and it was fun. And then my dad would always let me punch him anyways in his stomach. When I was little, he would like flex his stomach and let me punch him, so it wasn't that much difference. And then one time I had like a guided meditation that was clearing childhood perceived trauma and all the wrongs that were done to you throughout your childhood by all of your family, not just one person. And you would invite all of your family. This was a meditation where you invite all of your family around a campfire, and then you talk to each person that did something to hurt you, and then you release into the fire, and you just release them. And so I've done a lot of things like that have been very helpful. But anyways, I never really felt like there was that much harm done to me. I did feel like it was sad and scary and hard at times to go through my growing up. Have you felt that?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like there's no avoiding it, right? There's always going to be challenges and trials in life. I'm not sure how to avoid it. But anyways, so that was my first bit. And then the psychic guy also said that you are pregnant and you will have a boy. Or maybe he didn't tell me I was pregnant. Maybe he said, your firstborn will be a boy. And then he said I would have a girl too at some point, and that she would be the apple of my husband's eye. And I had two boys, and then I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna have a girl, but then I had two girls, so that's great. Yay. So anyways, then so I did that practice every day for a very, very long time. Um, every morning I would wake up and go straight to the mirror on my way to go pee, and I would say, "Hi, Sam," or "Good morning, Sam. I love you." And at first I didn't believe it. And then many weeks or months, I started to believe it. And now it's so true. It's 100,000% true. And there's like a Bible verse that is, love thy neighbor as thyself. And to me, that means like the golden rule: treat others as you would want to be treated, you know? And it's like, how do you treat yourself? Are you constantly criticizing yourself? Are you constantly down on yourself? Are you constantly loving yourself? I feel like when I love myself, it is easy for me to forgive myself when I make a mistake or I fall short of what I wanted to achieve. I feel like the more I love myself, the kinder I am to myself. And the more I love myself, the more I can love others. I remember when I first had my babe Kai, when I was first time mom, I was hard on him when he was little, and he would like go play in the cat litter. I might get upset with him. And then as I have been a mom now to four, like my daughter's story is the fourth one, and she could do anything, and I'm just like, oh, it's okay. You know. And now Kai is coming. Hey.
Hi.
And so that's funny. It's that saying, you talk about someone or something and then they appear. And yeah, so I have found that the more I love myself, the more I find that I am worthy, the less I depend on others to give me feelings and things outside of myself. Like I don't need anyone else to fill my cup for me. I fill my cup for myself. And then the more that I love myself, the easier it is for me to maintain calm, cool, collect when people are having a situation where they are falling apart, or they're angry, or they're lashing out for any reason, frustration. I can just be with them and sit with them through it. Although sometimes that can be triggering as well, huh? Okay, anything else we should add about this?
I don't know.
Okay.
Honestly.
Okay, so then when I was further along in my journey, I found Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life. And that was where it really talked about self-criticism. So like if you're criticizing yourself, you're criticizing others. And then you can, if you can let go of your self-criticism for yourself, you'll let go of criticism for others. And it's same with judgment, you know, like if you're hard on yourself and you judge yourself, you'll be judging others. You know, you treat others how you treat yourself. You can only receive as much love as you are able to receive, and you can only give as much love to others as you are able to give to yourself. So I feel like every time you forgive yourself and you love yourself, you are giving that to everyone and everything around you. So, yeah. I think that's all I have to say about that for now. Thank you for being here in Mama Nature Inspired. Have a beautiful, blessed day.
Hi.
Here is Jack, my husband.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about self-love?
Self-love?
Heart rate low.
Yeah.
108.
You heard it. Heart rate low. 108. I better go reflect.
Coming in the next day to add a few thoughts from my heart to add on to yesterday. I would love to recognize and honor that self-love may not be the journey for everyone to peacefulness and joy and acceptance. It is my journey, and so that is what I know to share and feel a desire to share. So here I am. And it feels like every attribute and combination of attributes live within every single person in varying degrees, whether minuscule or extravagant, magnificent. And it feels to me that self-love is accepting every single part, whether big or small, within self, and finding appreciation for every aspect and attribute of self. It all started with loving my inner child for me. And I remember specifically, besides the practice of daily talking in the mirror and loving myself exactly as I find myself right now in the mirror when I did the process, but really what got to the heart and the root of everything that was from the beginning. When did I stop loving myself? And I found a few inner child meditations online, and I love the ones I tried. One sticks with me forever, and it was an Aaron Doughty meditation, and I will go ahead and link that in the description below. And it doesn't start until like 15 minutes into the video, maybe 14. So he's got a lot to say before that. Just a disclaimer. But if you are interested in self-love, but it feels far away, I've talked to people about the mirror work and just saying, "Hi, how are you?" or "Good morning, I love you," and some people can't even do that. They're like, "No, I can't talk to myself in the mirror." I would love to just offer some ideas for you to get started on your self-love journey. It starts with setting an intention. I would like to love myself, or I intend to love myself, or as simple as I would like to improve my relationship with myself. Wherever you're at, you can start right there. And if you don't feel like you can talk to yourself in the mirror, perhaps you could write to yourself, or just talk to yourself when you're alone without a mirror. And I think one of the most important things is to be patient with yourself through anything that you do, any process. Hey, birdies. The birdies are really saying hello today. You can choose continually to notice what you say to yourself. What is your self-talk like right now? Just noticing can be a catalyst for change. And then you can choose, if you so desire, to give yourself grace and forgiveness. There is always a pathway to cultivating peace. May you find the one that is perfect for you.